shit pissing me off. I don't really.
Welcome in to the newest edition of Just in Time Sports Podcast. We have a producer who likes to start the show at random moments, but that's what makes this show fun.
I told y'all I told y'all in five like 10 times. And y'all
Yeah,
just
but
ignore
you said it like twice. It doesn't matter. So, welcome into the newest edition of JT is After Dark. Of course, I am your owner and host, Jesse Jackson, and we have T-Mail, the and five thing going on. I can't disagree. I would actually do that. And we have Jai with the Rakia Jackson Superfan thing. I guarantee he does not know the single team she plays on. But that's not
He
important.
plays on the Sparks.
In what city?
In Los Angeles. What the fuck is you talking about? If there's any WNBA team that niggas should know.
The end of the pod. That was a dumb question, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on. Like, if there's any WNBA team that even the most casual nigga know, the Los Angeles team. There's
that's fair. That's fair. You know the mascot was way more impressive. But that's not important. What is important is the fact that we are going to talk about the WNBA in more actual basketball context. We're going to talk about the NBA. This is a basketball laden show at the immediate moment. Football's kind of, dead in the water. But we're going to jump right into the NBA as the NBA conference finals are set. Out east, we have the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. And out west, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Why are they singing Happy Birthday at my house? It's not important. What is important is the fact that we have the conference finals set. A playoff that was predicted to be a 1-2 seed in the East and then a 1-3 seed in the West has come down to a 3 seed and a 4 seed, with the Oklahoma City Thunder being your lone expected teams to arrive there. I guess we'll start with recapping what's happened in round two. The Knicks finish off the Celtics in 6 games. Indiana takes out Cleveland in 5. OKC manhandles Denver in game 7. And Minnesota takes care of Golden State in 5 as well.
You can't say manhandle for the game 7 for the series that went 7.
It was 123-95.
In that one game, but you can't say manhandle when the series.
That's why I said in game 7. That's why I said game 7. That's why I specifically said manhandle in game 7. But anyway, I guess we will get it started with the East. So we have Knicks and Pacers. Kind of feel like a flashback of the 90s. Those Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller days. The Hicks versus the Knicks, as they were commonly called in those time periods. A lot of times by the New York media. That's not important. What is important is the fact that we have a 1990s feel. We have Kevin Harlan on the call, Reggie Miller's on the call. We have Spike Lee courtside, and we have Knicks and Pacers, with neither star player being in the top 10. But let's get into this series. I guess I'll open up to you guys and your thoughts on this series.
Well, I was doing the recap of the last series, but that's cool.
Who cares? Forget about those series.
It was more interesting in this series. Nobody wanted to see the fucking Pacers. Like what?
I mean, but the Cavs and Celtics also had major injuries to their
Nobody wanted to see the Cavs either. I wanted both of those niggas to lose, but we got the Eastern Conference Finals in that last one before Jason Tatum got hurt. I ain't gonna lie. I would say the Knicks.
Not really. He was cranking it up.
The Knicks having a legit shot at the title is great for basketball. Knicks fans are just good for the NBA. Funniest shit ever that we saw in them clips after every game. Yo, fuck Boston. like so
it was genuine hate.
Yeah. I love the Knicks fan base. I love how they support their team, bro. That shit's just so lit. I never root for anything Indiana. Fun fact, that's where the clan started. So yeah, never gonna root for anything Indiana. And I ain't gonna lie, their team is boring. It
is.
Their best player is Tyrese Halliburton. No offense, but the most interesting thing about Tyrese Halliburton was that his dad had ran up on Giannis. I'm surprised that they beat the Cavs that easily. Honestly, that was like out of all of the series shocks, that was the biggest one. I'm surprised they beat the Cavs like that.
I think they only do that because at game 2, the Cavs had 3 of their starters not playing with injury.
But still, it was just like they just felt like the better team, especially in those fourth quarters. I mean, and hats off to the coach. That's what's my boy
Carlisle.
Carlisle. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, hats off to Rick Carlisle over there. They play like a Rick Carlisle team. They play good defense. There's a whole lot of ball movement. The only difference is they don't have that one star around. Halliburton is who Rick Carlisle wanted Luka to be like, and Luka was just like, nah. So,
who do you think I am?
Exactly. But I mean, shout out to the Pacers and those 2K generic ass role players that they got on there.
A whole lot of Pascal Siakams and Miles.
Oh yeah, I actually like Pascal Siakam. Shout out to him. Miles Turner, that nigga been in trade rumors. Pretty much his whole career. Never get traded. Never got traded. But I don't know. The East.
Can we get Donovan Mitchell out of Cleveland, bro?
Can we get him to a cool city? He's playing in lame city.
Going from Salt Lake City to Cleveland, Ohio, it's like going from the 7th level of hell to
Cleveland, Ohio at that.
He's slick on Embiid watch of like.
I was just about to say that.
How good can
like Embiid, bro?
But it don't be Mitch's body fault. Like something like goes left with his team.
Well, it don't always be Embiid body fault too. It's their performance fault. These just don't perform. If you can play, I never give Embiid the injury excuse in the playoffs because if you're playing, you got to perform.
Most of the time I don't. However,
finally saying it. Thank you.
Most of the time I didn't with Embiid, but when bro had a sleeve on and a brace and was bleeding through both of those things, I gave him credit.
Ooh, you got a cut. When?
No. If you out there, you got to play, bro.
If it's that bad, go out there. If it's that bad,
I was hurting. So what? You're not the only player.
Blah, blah, blah,
you're not the only person hurting,
fuck bro. That. Yeah, bro. Don't be like LeBron and then just like, I was actually injured the whole time and I fought it through. No, you didn't, bro. You just didn't perform. Just kidding, LeBron. Just kidding, LeBron. Look, you goat.
The 5 black SUV gonna pull up at your crib.
No bullshit. they got a big K still outside my window right now, like the bat signal, the clutch signal. I'm sorry, goat.
Hey, get the nigga off the air.
Oh shit! Why is Bronny texting me? Chill. Let's go to the conference that matters.
The West. The West is still the best.
That
fun
OKC
fact.
and Thunder 7-game series, man.
Fun fact.
Go ahead.
Fun fact. Or a fun trivia question I will say to you all. Who is the best player in the East not named Giannis?
Paolo Banchero.
Okay. Who's the second best player?
I'm playing. It's not. It's not.
Who is it?
Just Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson or
right. So who's
Jalen
the
Brunson
second
or
best
Jason
player?
Tatum? Is either Jalen Brunson or Jason Tatum?
Okay, so those are the top two. Who's third? Paolo?
No, that's what I said. It's out of those. No,
yeah.
It's Giannis. One of those two. Third.
Well, no, I was saying that like isn't including Giannis.
Gotcha. Because he might leave. Shit. I don't know.
Jack is dark. The NBA is about to screw themselves because now Cooper Flash going to the West. None of the good players in the East.
LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, that's cool. He gets 20 wins a year.
He going to the West. He going to the West too.
He going to live in the West at some point.
He about to be a Clipper next year.
I just want to point that out because the West is the best. Like, yeah,
Joel Embiid, if he don't have to medically retire, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they talking about breaking his leg to fix his hip. I've never heard it out. But anyway, into the West is the best. The Oklahoma City Thunder, the 1 seed, they stave off. That was a hell of a series with the Denver Nuggets. Shout out to the Nuggets. They were my last hope in my historic thing. Working out well. Not gonna lie to you, I kind of hurt.
I think in Game 7 they missed Michael Malone.
Yes. Yeah.
Actually, I'm not even gonna say just Game 7.
The whole playoffs.
Not the whole playoffs, because I think that they handled the Clippers pretty well. I think
Malone's a playoff coach,
which was surprising. Yeah, Jokic was doing the playoff coach. I think though in that series against the Thunder, they definitely needed Mike Malone in there because the rotations were too short. They didn't really have any answer for the turnover issue because it was tough to. They didn't do anything to help Jokic out in terms of getting easy baskets.
And then they had no plan for the non-Jokic minutes.
Yeah.
Like it was literally, it felt like okay, if we're up 10,
They don't have a backup center.
well, it's not even that. It's if you're gonna. It reminds me of the Cleveland LeBron years. Like if he sits for 90 seconds, you're gonna go from up 8 to tied. Hopefully, like you're just hoping to survive, and it's like that's bad basketball. And exactly, and Malone's a playoff coach. Malone at some point he might just tell them, hey, if we're gonna miss a shot, miss it slowly. Don't shoot the first three with 19 seconds on the shot clock. Shoot that mug at 3 seconds. So that way, instead of 8, 9 possessions happen in 3 minutes, it's 4 to 5.
They just
So
came off
instead
a
of
7-game series and they tried to do the transition game with OKC, which you just don't want to
never
do
gonna
that
work.
anyway. And they
OKC's
don't have
gonna
the
send
personnel to do that. They have
OKC's
more
gonna send
personnel.
wave after wave after wave at you. They're gonna keep coming. They have a whole bunch of players between 6'5" and 6'9", and they're just gonna keep coming at you.
And shout out to them, man. Alex Caruso showed up big game 7.
He
Shout out
did.
Caruso.
He was probably the best player. Not the best player, but
Like,
obviously.
Jokic do got to get some fault for that too, bro. You can't let Alex Caruso guard you. You the best
I
player.
think he was tired. He does have to get fault for it. But I will say nothing has nothing in that playoffs.
I don't care.
In that playoffs has knocked him out of being the best player in the NBA. I think he's still the best player in the NBA. I don't think nothing so far. Nobody so far has came for that shit.
There's nothing anybody can do to get him the best player, to take the best player away from him.
Not right now.
I mean,
no. You'll see in the conference finals because I think
that's fine. He still can be the best player, but you can't get tired.
Yeah, he was getting however many free throws he shot, he should have had twice that. At a certain point, they were just hanging on him, and it's just like the refs like that sucks. Like
it's a playoff.
But Jokic finished first in points, rebounds, assists, steals plus blocks, double doubles, triple doubles, and field goals in the first 2 rounds. He's the best player on planet Earth. It's just like he needed his support this series. Oklahoma City is damn good basketball.
I don't think Jamal Murray played a good game either.
No,
Jamal Murray was very
Gordon.
He had
Gordon hamstring. Clearly, he couldn't go.
He had certain.
I give him credit for playing,
thing,
but
I don't care about the Gordon. I don't care about the Aaron Gordon thing. He's a super role player. So I feel like trying to rely on him too much was that's what I'm saying. That's a coaching issue right there. Because why are you putting him in a position to have to be a second best player? Like they have moments where he was bringing the ball up the court. Why are you doing that?
He brings the ball up the court a lot. Actually, I watched him play in the regular season, even in the Mike Malone era, to kind of give Jokic a breather. He would bring the ball up.
See, that's weird. Jamal Murray didn't show up. That Michael Porter Jr. I told niggas, y'all called me crazy a while ago. They was just like, how they let him fall? I said his back hurt, and so he's limited as what he is as a player. That contract is horrible. He can't do nothing but shoot.
That's the second worst contract in the NBA.
He can't do nothing but shoot.
He doesn't do anything but shoot.
He can't.
He physically can't.
He had like 3 back surgeries before he even got to the NBA.
Yeah, his back is trash.
It's only he can't really do shit. He basically got a vet body, and if his shot not falling, he's useless.
His back 38. His bone like 25.
He's useless because that wasn't even like his game before just being like a pure shooter. He was a scorer.
He was a bucket.
He can't. And I told niggas, I said you don't fuck around with that back. But nah, you and B-Roy, well, he gonna get in here for these playoffs at one point. Yeah, you and B-Roy was all on my ass saying that. Nah, man, you take the risk. The Clippers are stupid. Blah, 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 blah.
All I'm gonna say in relation to your Clipper point is Michael Porter Jr. has a ring and the Clippers do not.
Well, that's all I'm gonna say. Not just the Clippers, but you said everybody was stupid. Y'all said everybody was stupid.
All right. So I'm gonna pull up. So if you keep talking, I'm gonna pull up his draft and I'm gonna see how many people that didn't pick him have titles.
It doesn't matter if you're a role player. That's like saying that everybody that didn't pick Robert Horry missed out on getting the champion. Like no, it's fucking.
He got
stupid.
7.
No offense, Robert, but damn, use the ultimate homeboy. Man, all those people 7. That passed up on Draymond Green really missing out on 4 championship runs.
He got 4.
Like what the hell? No, we talk about bus drivers, not bus riders. Don't talk to me nothing about a bus rider. But yeah.
So some of these names I would not argue.
Okay, go ahead.
I opened this list. Some of these names I would not argue.
It's like what, 13? It's 13 or 14.
So Michael Porter Jr. goes 14.
Okay.
The draft. Again, I'm not going to argue some of these names. Don't even look at it.
All right.
Suns go DeAndre Ayton. Marvin Bagley to the Kings. Luka Doncic to the Hawks, traded to Mavericks, of course.
The only one that didn't make sense was so far is Marvin Bagley.
Jaren
At the
Jackson goes
time
to the
it did.
Grizzlies.
At the time it did.
It didn't at the time. It didn't at the time.
Not even at the time, bro. Not even at the time.
Marvin who, bro?
Marvin Bagley was never
Marvin Bagley went to, and niggas was like, huh?
Nigga reclassified to go be ass. He should have stayed in high school. Go ahead.
Trae Young, of course, goes to Dallas, traded for Luka Doncic. Mo Bamba goes to the Magic. Wendell Carter goes to the Bulls. Colin Sexton goes to the Cavs. Kevin Knox goes to the Knicks. Mikal Bridges goes to the 76ers. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander goes to the Hornets. Of course, he is traded on draft night to the Clippers. For Miles Bridges, who is from the Clippers, who's traded on draft night to the Hornets. Jerome Robinson to the Clippers as well. And then Michael Porter Jr. to the Nuggets.
Okay, so we got Bagley, Kevin Knox, and Mo Bamba. And 50-50 on Wendell Carter Jr. Everybody else, especially at the time, should have went ahead of them. And honestly, not even just at the time. DeAndre Ayton wasn't bad.
Not Jerome.
Jerome Robinson. Not Jerome.
No, Jerome Robinson, I thought went after him.
No, Jerome Robinson was the pick before him.
Oh, shit. Whoever the fuck that is. Jerome Robinson.
You hear me say who?
That sounds like a nigga that just snuck his name into the draft. Like, that don't sound like an NBA player. That sounds like
he was a 6'5" point guard from Boston College, apparently.
Oh, brother. I bet he balled.
No, actually. A low pro.
Ugh. All right, but yeah. So,
but currently he is balling.
How did he sneak? How did he sneak and get a lottery pick? Did they make a run in the
that had to be a tournament run. Yeah, that had to be a tournament run.
These niggas don't know.
I mean, it was the Clippers.
Exactly.
Picked them. Yeah, they were doing weird stuff at the time. Yeah, they were doing weird stuff.
But yeah. But anyway, yeah, that Michael Porter Jr. contract is just, it bit them in the ass. But good news for the Nuggets, they're going to be looking for a new head coach and a new GM. So they have to hear that.
Alderman had a hell of a shot.
Who?
The interim coach.
Oh,
has a hell of a shot to keep it.
That nigga didn't do nothing all playoffs. He just sat there and looked perplexed.
Job of not pissing Jokic off, which
Jokic was a player coach. That's why this
he was out there Bill Russell.
He was sitting there yelling at niggas, and that coach was just like,
yep. What he said, just in English.
Yeah. Nigga said it in English. Oh, okay. The Timberwolves. Yes. I want to give a big salute to the GM of the Timberwolves and the GM of the Knicks. We are seeing a win-win trade.
And at least in this first season, you would have thought.
Not at all.
Because I thought it would have been DiVincenzo that would have been the big pickup for the Timberwolves for spacing reasons. It's been Julius Randle.
Bro, I've been hooping, bro.
Yeah, it's been Julius Randle. I thought it would have been DiVincenzo to kind of space the floor. You got Ant going to the basket. Conley's a pick and roll kind of guy. Gobert, of course, I don't think practice offense in the offseason. And so I thought he'd just be there. So I thought DiVincenzo would be the guy to space the floor for them. And then, of course, New York needed a bucket. They need somebody to shoot the ball. And that's all Cat wants to do. Now, Cat is still the worst rim defender in the NBA. Literally. I'm not kidding.
But you play next to Mitchell Robinson.
By percentage, he's the worst rim protector in the NBA.
I'm saying he's playing next to Mitchell Robinson, so you don't need him to be a rim defender.
But damn, he's 7 feet tall.
He's Julius Randle with better floor spacing.
16.
Yeah, I mean, he's still 7 feet tall.
But he's soft.
Yes. He's, oh my God, he's softer than cottonelle tissue. But he is hooping right now. And he loves the Knicks crowd. Again, he loves the Garden crowd. Like, he do them weird facial expressions and hand signals. I don't know what he got going on. I don't think he knows.
Calling him the bodega cat.
The big bodega.
The big dykeman.
Has big purr.
Big purr.
Big
purr. That's what he is.
So, but yeah, no, it definitely feels like a win-win trade right now. Again, not for the players I thought. Thought Cat would be huge for the Knicks. But I thought it'd be DiVincenzo for the Wolves and not Randle. Regardless, though, the team that you cannot put a live microphone in front of at any given time, the Minnesota Timberwolves have found themselves in the Western Conference Finals. They have taken down LeBron and Luka and the Lakers.
Again.
Also taken down again. Same with the Indiana Pacers, mind you, because the Pacers are back in for the second year in a row. And they've also taken down the Golden State Warriors. Steph goes out in game 2, unfortunately, kind of puts a major damper on that series, but it's the NBA, and dynasties are built on injuries.
Not the Warriors. Not the Warriors. The Warriors will never get any injury sympathy from
Oh,
me
no.
at all.
That's what I'm about to say. I'm like, it's the NBA. Injuries built dynasties. Ask the Warriors.
Yeah.
No,
And
nobody would get injury sympathy from me.
They literally
and
didn't play starting point guard.
as a
The
Miami
team
Heat
is
fan,
called the Golden State Warriors, not the Stephen Currys.
and as a Miami Heat fan, it was good, Jimmy. It was good to see you lose. I want now come back home. But
don't.
But
go
it
back
was good to
him.
see you lose. I ain't gonna hold you, Jimmy. You couldn't. I couldn't. If you would have won the title, I would have hated Pat Riley so bad. So it was good to see you lose and for you to not perform when they needed you. So thank
Jimmy
you.
ain't never
Now
going.
come home, Jimmy.
I respect the hate.
That was just pure hate, and it wasn't even hate. It was scorn because I don't hate Jimmy Butler. Because I am a big fan of Jimmy Butler. I like Jimmy Butler because he's like that. He's like a real
nigga.
Yeah. But he's like, he like just like one of them like tough ass players. Like he gonna do whatever it takes to win. Like he literally is just. It's unfortunate because of the teams, but like his play style is literally just that of a winner. Like you need him to rebound, he can go rebound. You can facilitate, he can facilitate. You're gonna need him to score, he gonna try to score. You know what I'm saying? You need him to go defend, he gonna defend. His only problem is that he's 35 and he's just not that naturally basketball gifted. I mean, of course, to like the regular person, but I'm talking about to like NBA.
Yeah,
like,
no. He's the definition of he had.
He's what Draymond tries to sell people that he is as a basketball player.
Yeah, he's B plus. He's B level talent with A plus effort.
Exactly.
So when it works, he could be the best player on the floor.
And Draymond Green, my dog, real big fan of Draymond Green. I love it when you be smacking the shit out of niggas. But you got front runner allegations on me because you ain't do none of that wilding out. I'm flailing, tough guy shit to Julius Randle. Draymond, you got to just go find what was old boy that do all the MMA shit, James Johnson. Next season, you just got to go swing on
James Jones.
James Johnson. James Johnson. Hey, leave that nigga alone.
Just go swing on him, Draymond.
That is bad advice.
Draymond. The streets are saying that you fake tough.
That's the death sentence, bro.
Draymond, if you cared about your life, and you do, I see you in the kid commercial with your daughter. You care about your life. Don't do this to you.
Draymond, the streets are saying that you fake tough. I believe that
you have real children. Tough. You have a wife. I believe
that you're real tough, Draymond.
You have that crazy photo of you and LeBron at that wedding.
The streets are saying that you only hit Europeans. I need you. Come on,
you gotta know when to like that nigga. Leave him alone, bro. Like that's too far. Like
that. Like James Johnson. James Johnson in the lockout literally went and fought in MMA. Like that was so. Other niggas went to Rucker Park, and other niggas went to like, oh, I'm gonna go hoop in like this local pro-am. No, that nigga literally went and fought in like sanctioned MMA leagues. Yeah,
yeah, if it was like Miles Turner or somebody like that, yeah, go slap that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that nigga,
Bridges,
that nigga specifically, leave him alone. Like,
do y'all think that the Warriors, because I think that we're gonna have the next 2 weeks to talk about the Timberwolves, and I really don't care about what happens in the East. Go Knicks, I guess. But the Timberwolves and the Thunder. But
that's what the NBA is saying. Because if the finals is between the team in Indianapolis and the team in Oklahoma City, you thought you had a ratings problem before.
I know. They gonna put Jokic on the Lakers to make up for that shit, man. But do y'all think that this is the end of? I don't want to say the end of the Warriors, but do you think that the Warriors made a mistake of trying to still stretch out this Steph Curry thing?
No,
I think they screwed up 4 years ago, and they won
a title in like 2023.
Yeah, but they didn't. Instead of going all for it, then they tried to thread the needle. That was the James Wiseman, the Jordan Pooles, the Kumingas. They tried to go young and old at the same time and basically walk your way out of stuff into the next era instead of just going balls to the walls for the Steph era then. I think that was the screw up because now, yes, you won a title in 23, But if you never draft Wiseman, you never draft those guys, you're still winning the title. They didn't do anything in that series. Hell, they didn't do anything in those playoffs.
So you saying they should have traded their pick?
Yeah, I think
they did have.
I mean, but
in back-to-back years, they had picks like 3 was no, it was picks 2.
Either I would have got players.
7 and 14 at the same time. Yeah, they definitely should have went after players.
I would have just got players because Wiseman doesn't play for you. Poole doesn't play for you. Kuminga didn't play for you. And I forget that the other one, Moses Moody's even on the roster half the time.
Moses Moody had 6 points up until game 5 of that series. He had 6 points total.
So instead of you trading, let's say you traded those picks, trying to think of somebody who became available. Not AD. But yeah, you end up trading those. Luka potentially. Not Luka, but somebody.
Cat became available.
Cat popped open. Durant popped open again. Durant's whole thing was, I didn't want to be traded during the season. You can give me in the offseason. I didn't want to be traded during the season. Instead of having Bradley Beal pop, well,
it's different. It's different when you play with Steph Curry.
Fair, but you know what I'm saying. So multiple stars pops open in a time period that you were going to win the title in 23 anyway. So now you're looking at
this Bradley Beal.
Huh?
You just and Bradley Beal?
I and Bradley Beal from what the Bradley Bill we have now. Not the Bradley Bill that existed then.
I was going to say, Bradley Beal definitely led the league in scoring. Nigga, what you talking about, bro? Like,
he was a good player on a bad team. He took a lot of shots. That's not important. What is important is the fact that there were multiple stars available that if you shoot 35 shots, you better. That's not important.
Shea about to win MVP averaging 32. Stop it.
Yeah, and he also shoots like 30 free throws a game. Again, we're getting sidetracked. What is important is the fact that I think they should have moved. And I said it, and they said at the time, what they tried to do has never been done. An update after they tried it, it still has never been done. It is hard to win with an older star, older core, and get younger. It doesn't work. You either got to go balls to the wall with the old heads, or you tear it down to the stud with the young guys. Threading the needle has never happened. In the history of basketball, it has never worked. So it was a good attempt. It looked great. I think you end up making bad decisions because of it. For instance, if you're going to go younger, why not draft LaMelo Ball? You drafted James Wiseman trying to thread the needle.
That's what I thought they should have did.
Oh, we need a big.
I think they drafted. If anything, they just drafted the wrong players. I don't think it was more so like do a quick research into who is in that Moody draft, that Jonathan Kuminga draft. But I think if anything, they just kind of went after the wrong guys rather than the strategy was wrong. You know what I'm saying? They just got niggas that couldn't play.
Right. But so instead of, you tell me all the time, instead of gambling on a pick, why not just make a player?
True, but I think with them gambling, they have a history of developing and maximizing players. You know what I'm saying? So
that's fair. But also in the sense of, let's say it takes those players 3 years to develop. They're not helping your current window, and they're holding up roster space.
Okay, like Franz Wagner. They could have just got him. He would have been better than Kuminga.
All right,
Sengun
so I'm looking.
Would have been better than Kuminga.
Oh yeah, you're looking at the draft now. Yeah, so it's Cunningham, Green, Mobley, Barnes, Suggs, Giddey, Kuminga. So after Kuminga goes Franz Wagner, Davion Mitchell, Zion Williams, James Bouknight, Joshua Primo, Chris Duarte. Damn, that draft is ass. All right.
Trey Murphy. And then they could have got him. He would have been good.
Moses Moody. After Moody, it is Sengun, Trey Murphy, Trey Mann, Kai Jones, Jalen Johnson, Keon Johnson, Isaiah Jackson, who, again, I've never seen an actual basketball highlight of. Usman Garuba, Josh Christopher, Quentin Grimes, Bone Highland, Cam Thomas, etc. All right. And I'm not going to draft second round picks.
Yeah, that draft was ass.
I'm not going to draft second round picks like
3 or 4 players. They had like 3 or 4 players that they could have gotten instead of coming.
Yeah.
They would have got Wagner and they would have got Wagner.
If they go Wagner and
Trey Murphy or
Murphy or Sengun, it potentially works. But even in that situation, it's a minute thing now. Now Trey Murphy probably plays on the wing, but Draymond still played 30-some minutes tonight. So how much was Sengun going to do on the floor?
Draymond but you don't have to put Draymond in
Sengun's a center. That's true.
Yeah, they could have got Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson would have filled your wing need. But I'm saying,
it's players they could have gotten at their actual positions to where now you don't have to trade away 5 players and a pick to go get Jimmy Butler and sign him to $120 million. And with the young players, even though you have more flexibility. So I'm not mad at them trying to get young. I just think that they just picked the wrong young guys.
Yeah, they just picked the wrong.
But why take the risk? Is what I'm saying.
Because none of these people
I wouldn't have taken.
Because you had to pay niggas. Because remember at the time, they had Clay.
Right. They had Clay at the time.
And at the time, they thought they just signed Jordan Poole. So they thought that they was
so why not package Jordan Poole and some picks for a top dog? That way you kind of fix your money problem because Poole money go out the door.
The Jordan Poole thing would have worked had Draymond kept his hands to himself.
Yeah, Draymond not punch that nigga in the face. That probably would have worked out.
I don't think so, bro.
Not done that.
It did. No, everybody said that it made it awkward. It shook Poole confidence. Everybody said that it was just weird.
I mean, it worked though. Like Poole was like their Manu Ginobili. Like,
imagine having to go to work with a nigga that literally knocked you out.
And not only knocked you out, everybody else know he knocked you out. It wasn't like an internal team.
That was
like
before,
the world.
That was world knew, bro. Niggas
like everybody's how you get
showing up to the arena with signs of "Oh boy, that black eye from Friday." Like that's crazy.
Yeah, like I can't go to work with a nigga that knocked me out. I either gotta shoot this nigga or I gotta leave. And there's no.
Where's Loki should have traded Draymond in that instance? I see why they kept him because culture and shit like that, but you still end up losing Clay. I think that's whenever you should have parted ways with Draymond.
And there's rumor that she lost Clay because of Draymond, so that didn't help.
I don't believe that. I don't
know how true it is, but that's that's
I think the three is tight. Well, I guess it might just be if you couldn't pay
I think Clay wanted to be treated like Steph, and he didn't.
But the CBA didn't allow that though. I think Clay got bad advice.
I say we know who was cooler with Steph.
That's true. Because they made sure Draymond figured out how to get his money.
Yeah. And nobody was going to pay Draymond that money.
No one, no.
He's only that valuable on the Warriors.
To the Warriors. Yeah, like if they had a player to let go to free agency and just match whatever he got, it would have been Draymond.
Nobody else is going to get $100 million averaging 8 points a game.
To play really good defense at 6'7". No one's going to get that.
Exactly. Yeah. But get off this. Let's go to the final 4 predictions.
All right, we are into the conference finals.
How do you think these series is going to go? Well, Tree, go ahead. Get some real Atlanta niggas, man. With that real Atlanta niggas, man.
Ain't nobody worry about no SGA. Was it Jalen Williams? His sister Jalen, and in 5, man.
I think this series
Ant gonna guard Shea.
I think Ant been coasting. I think he's been coasting, and I do think he has had some poor shooting. But you saw towards the end of the Warriors series, he started to turn it up a little bit.
Man, when the second half came, bro, you felt his impact.
Yeah, he been coasting. I think we're about to see superstar Ant. I wouldn't be surprised if he go out and try to average 30. But I will say this: he's somebody who pay attention during the summer of who he says that he watches or taping stuff that he watches, because that's how you'll know what his game worked on. He said over the summer, he said that he studied a lot of KD, and he said he watched how Luka controlled the pace, and you can see that in his game of whenever he finished, he not just jumping over niggas now and moving fast. You see him kind of control the pace. You see how he passes inside the paint, and then with his jump shot, you see him take the same form like Kevin Durant, straight up and down, same form, same rhythm every time, regardless of the situation or the scenario. Now, he missed a bunch of the motherfuckers in the last series and a half, but you can tell that's kind of his rhythm, so you can see what he worked on. So,
and even when he's launching now, like you say, it's a pace launch. It's not like I'm gonna run and I would take off. It's like instead of Luka pace you and then float, and it's pace you and then I'm launching.
Yeah. So.
And in 5, man. And he guarding your best player.
I don't know if they're gonna let him do that. I think that he would want to.
They gonna put Jaden McDaniels on him.
That's what I was thinking. That nigga been having a good series too.
Especially the foul merchant that SGA is. He gonna fish for fouls. Not saying he always does that because
Dante gonna eat up a lot of them fouls too. I can see a whole lot of Dante being in this game. Gobert got to turn it up. Gobert got to lock in this game because Hardenstein is gonna get right with him, and Chet is gonna make him stretch the floor. So
yeah, pull him out. Let's just dare Chet to beat you.
But I think Hardenstein could get right with Gobert.
Harden's not coming at that boy.
Yeah.
Nah, they gonna put Nas Reed on him.
Nah, Harden's not gonna find his way to Gobert.
Yeah. Hardenstein got actual moves around the rim and shit. So yeah.
I put Nas Reed on Hardenstein, and then Julius Randle. I put Julius Randle on him, and then let Gobert guard Chet.
I would switch that. I would put Randle on Chet.
I'll put Gobert on Chet.
If Chet go to the perimeter, Gobert is useless.
Chet more KD than AD. So
I'm saying Chet. If Chet pulls Randle out, that's cool. You shooting that jumper anyway.
I take my chances on Chet shooting a bunch of threes.
Right, he's gonna drive past Gobert.
I don't know. The Gobert is strong. He just slow of foot.
Exactly. He's gonna just literally go by him. It's not a situation where he's gonna bump him out the way. He's gonna just run by him.
All right, what's your predictions? Well, we got Jamel and in 5. So Jackie,
I got OKC in 7.
Our real predictions is
OKC in 7.
Yeah. I think that game being back in Oklahoma City is gonna be a third long series for Oklahoma City. Timberwolves hasn't had a long series yet. And I think if that series gets back to OKC, they're gonna go with the blue wall. That's a tough spot for anybody to be in.
I got Timberwolves in 6. I don't think OKC is I think the Timberwolves, they just got a different identity. They just seem so tougher. They really saw on TikTok somebody said it's the series between the nonchalant niggas versus the YNs. So it's I really think that the Timberwolves is about to come different. And I think Ant hate the way that they lost last year. I don't think he that type player because you don't hear him talking until after they win the series. They don't say nothing. And so I think that he really locked in with the shits. Chris Finch, you still a suspect coach in my book because why the hell did you not just take advantage of Draymond being 6'6"? But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I think the Timberwolves is kind of on a mission. I think with this being OKC's first time in a conference final since the KD era, it's a little different. And kind of similar to what we said last series, even though it happened differently. If you take a draft, how many players do you go until you get to the second OKC player? You know what I'm saying? Probably 5.
Yeah. Ant for sure. Well, Shea 1, Ant 2.
Yeah.
Ant 1, Shea 2.
All right.
Shea's gonna win the MVP. Shea 1, Ant 2.
I would win the MVP too, shooting 15 free throws a game.
All right. Anyway, Julius Randle.
Gobert.
Jaden McDaniels. And then you might go.
Probably.
You might go him. But it depends on how much you value Mike Conley. Because every time I see that nigga catch the ball, he was striking. But
honestly, Naz Reed.
Naz Reed too? Naz Reed too?
Naz Reed discussion in there too. And that's kind of why I hesitate with Oklahoma City. I'm only picking Oklahoma City here because I think it is going to go 7, and I think the home court advantage is going to pick up.
I think it depends on how much better.
I don't think it's going to go 7 because of how OKC played this last series against the Nuggets. If they play like that against the Timberwolves, bro, it ain't going to be pretty for them.
Because Timberwolves can run with them.
Yeah.
The T-Wolves just don't have the depth. So if Oklahoma City goes to that wave nonsense, they're just going to keep sending waves of people. And it may not get you in the first game. It may not get you in that second game. But Mike Conley, 35.
The only way OKC takes this a long series is if Shea has to be significantly, and I mean significantly better than Anthony Edwards. Like not close, not slightly better. Like it gotta be averaging like 20, and Shea gotta be averaging like 37. Like it can't be.
So I guess your prediction is Timberwolves on a quick one.
Timberwolves in 6.
Okay.
Because I think that the Timberwolves is gonna fuck up a game. They gonna turn the ball. They turn the ball over way too much. They've been turning the ball over way too much this playoffs.
They have that game where they shoot like 845 from 3.
I think that's gonna course correct. I honestly would be surprised if they shoot a lot better this series than what we've been seeing that last game, the last couple of games. So I think that's gonna course correct itself. All right, man. Eastern Conference predictions. Yeah.
I don't care in 6.
Real shit.
I don't care in 4, honestly.
So my original West was OKC in 6, but I didn't see them winning on Timberwolves floor. But my hard prediction has been Knicks in 7. Because these teams are very even. Indiana got pushed to the side. I spoke about it on the audio show too. Indiana got pushed to the side by the national media after the first 30 games. They started off like 14-16. After that, they were a 60-win pace team. They were just as good as Boston. They were just as good as Cleveland. They were better than New York over the last 50 some odd games. They just started off slow, so people kind of forgot about them. The same core that made the conference finals last year made it this year. I just think in the playoffs, when the teams are close, the best player wins it, and the best player is Jalen Brunson.
Pacers in 7.
I got Knicks in 7. Pacers cannot win it.
Only because I hate how the Knicks start games. They shoot terrible from the field, and I don't think they're going to be able to do that every game and just come back on any other team. It happened against Boston because Boston jacks up so many threes, and it's just like,
bro, Boston lets you stay in the game.
Yeah, so like, that's why I kept telling folks like, oh, Boston up 15 in the second quarter. Well, yeah, they shoot 50% from the field and 50 from 3. Like, you're supposed to be blowing somebody out.
When that number falls to 35,
30
36.
from the field and 20 from 3, like, yeah, but then the second half come around. Now the Celtics shooting 20 from 3 and 30 from the field, like, and all you shooting is threes.
Hey Tree, I need you to have that Jada Kiss clip, him at the verses, saying that I don't do Twitter, I don't do Instagram. New York, I'm outside. New York, they picking the Pacers. I'm with you, New York. Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5.
You know, that would have been so great if Jackson picked the Pacers. He definitely
would have been. I definitely picked the Knicks. I definitely said Knicks in 7.
We definitely said Knicks.
But that's okay. But that's okay.
We're gonna hype it up. Knicks in 5.
But that's okay, buddy.
100 clips. Nigga, I'm from New York. Yeah, but seriously though, Knicks in 5. Jalen Brunson and Cat just that much better. I like Mitchell Robinson
and Turner.
Yeah, it's not like, come on, let's be for real. Let's be serious now. And I'm not gonna lie, they had too many of them games where the Pacers had to do a comeback in like the fourth quarter. So yeah, no.
Against
in the fourth quarter, don't bet against Jalen Brunson. The Knicks are going to the finals in 5 games. I'm calling
Pacers in 7.
Hell,
and I'm only saying it to be controversial.
The NBA desperately needs that to happen. They cannot have a series.
No, they don't.
From Oklahoma.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Oh my God, bro! Can you stop doing this with these sympathetic championship runs and wins and rings?
This is getting dangerously close to the 70s.
No.
This is feeling like the 70s.
You do this all the time. Oh, the big city got to win at some point. No, they don't. If they want to win, tell them to be good. Don't
they
win
are good.
Oh, it's their time, and Knicks fans are it. No,
be
good.
Hey, buddy. The sports are business. Okay, the NBA Finals in Indianapolis and Oklahoma City is not good for business. That's like sticking a Super Bowl in Green Bay.
You know what?
Horrible idea.
You know it's better than Knicks winning a finals. A nigga like Ant winning the finals. You know how much money they gonna make if a nigga like Ant win the finals?
If Ant win the finals, they already want him to be the face of the league anyway. If Ant win the finals, they got
Here's the thing. I'm not saying the Knicks have to win it. I'm saying they have to be in it.
Yes,
they don't have to win.
Get there, and then
they gotta get it.
Yeah, bro. They can lose. Nobody cares, bro.
The Pacers can't get
watch
there,
the
bro.
finals. You want to know why? Because niggas like basketball. I hate watching Boston jack up 45 threes and a half.
Facts.
Guess what? I still watch the shit.
Okay,
You're gonna watch regardless.
I'm gonna watch. Jai's gonna watch.
The
casual. He said, "Shaking his head." The
casual
fan was not gonna watch the Pacers do anything.
The only way I'm gonna watch the Pacers in the finals is the Timberwolves make the finals. I'm not watching the Pacers.
Pacers, Oklahoma City. Like it's nothing personal. It's just business.
Bet they watch it.
It will be the lowest rated finals in the last 15 years. It'll be the lowest rated finals in the last 15 years.
And I believe so. But guess what? People still gonna talk about it as much as you like it or not. People still gonna talk about it. People still gonna watch it.
I tell you right now,
no, they're not. You know I'm telling you. You know what they're gonna talk about? They're not gonna talk about it. The Knicks they're gonna talk about the Knicks, but you know they're gonna talk about the Pacers and the Thunder in the finals. Oh man, what moves can the Lakers make this offseason to get?
Yeah, they're gonna avoid it, bro.
They're gonna go all around it, dog. I'm telling you.
They're gonna try to put the trade package together for Giannis to the Knicks. Like this is
they're not talking about that, bro.
They're not talking about Pacers and Oklahoma City. It's okay. I'm not.
I'm gonna watch bet money. I'm gonna watch it. Now what? They got one more viewer than they would have had, and it doesn't matter because guess what? They're gonna find a way to get their money back on the back end anyway. So you might as well watch it. You might as well. You might as well. All the money that they lose from people not watching it, they're gonna get their money back on the back end.
Play my chances.
All right. Well, let's get into our feminist bag. WNBA opening weekend. Jackson is our residential stud. Tell us what happened.
Any other man's name across his chest, but whatever.
It's a jersey. All right.
I mean, you can turn it the correct way, probably a little better. But that's
fine. We know you wasn't outside in the 2000s, so that's cool.
Yeah, neither were you. You were like 5. Neither here nor there.
And I was off the porch at 5, nigga. My name been ringing bells since I could talk, nigga. What you talking? What you mean, nigga? Yeah, go ahead.
For some reason, I highly doubt.
I'm supposed to be a professional fucking broadcast, and you about to give me some of that. I'm supposed to be a producer. You bring the hood shit out. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. But anyway, the WNBA opened their regular season under their still terrible leadership of Kathy Engelbert. Really seriously get her out of there as commissioner. That's not important. What is important? Kathy Engelbert. What is important is the fact that the WNBA had kind of a showcase weekend. There was no baseball on to speak of. Hockey was marginalized to the side networks. The NBA was the NBA, but the WNBA had kind of a showcase weekend. They put a lot of their stars against young people, which was odd strategy. For instance, Nafisa Collier, who many are now claiming is the best player in the world. I don't. But
Asia Wilson died or something?
That's what I tried to wonder. But hey, they tried to make her best player in the world. Now, Nafisa's a baller, but let's not lose our minds here. She went up against Paige Beckers. The Connecticut Sun with Kiki Arielfin and the rest of their young group went up against Brittany Griner and the Atlanta Dream. You had a couple other matchups as well. A lot of the old versus young. But anyway, the showcase game, the final game of the TV schedule was, of course, Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever against Angel Reese's Chicago Sky, as the WNBA continues to try and make this their Magic Bird while ignoring one of the main reasons why Magic and Bird was successful.
They both are good.
2 reasons why Magic Bird was successful.
I'm curious about the other one.
Right.
One is that they were on the same level of talent. 2, that both teams were good as well. They were both fighting over titles. It wasn't like they were just 2 good teams in the ether.
The Lakers weren't that good with Magic, and they weren't that good until Magic got there. That was the thing.
Right. But I'm saying, when he walked in with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and won the title.
Right, but I'm saying they weren't a good team.
They won the title as a rookie.
Before he got there, they weren't a good team. That's what I'm saying. He made the team.
They were a playoff team.
But I'm saying he made the. No, they weren't.
Yeah, they were.
Nigga, did you not watch Winning Time?
I think it was 20 times. They were like
they weren't a playoff team at the time.
It was he gets it. I don't whatever. But like anyway, Magic gets there. They won a title. They also had a couple other free agent acquisitions. That's not important. What is important is the fact that number one, both teams were good. Magic walks in and won the title. Bird Celtics were already good before he got there. And then of course both teams were high level players. They both walk in as top 10 players in the NBA. Also, the third thing is there was a heavy racial component to both situations. And that's pretty much the only similarity between the two situations. Anyway, it boiled over again as Caitlin Clark kind of get back to the situation. So it was late third quarter. Indiana has a bad defensive rotation. It ends up with Angel Reese with the ball. Literally, she's the only person on her side of the paint. There was somebody in the corner. There was somebody on the wing. It looked like as if they inbounded the ball and forgot about her. But it's like off pass. I don't know what happened. But Caitlin at the free throw line. She turns around, realizes it. Angel takes her joyous sweet time, shoot the layup, thinking she's going to get an easy one. Caitlin hacks her across the wrist, gives her a little shove in the back, and Angel gets up angrily, and it begins on the court. Caitlin walks away. Ultimately, Aaliyah Boston gets in front of Angel Reese. Aaliyah Boston and Angel ends up with Tex. Caitlin gets a flagrant 1. Now, before you guys give your opinion on the situation, I've seen you guys have both seen the video by now. My issue with, I guess, take it twofold. I think Angel's issue wasn't the foul, it was what was said after the foul. Because if I'm mad at the foul, I hit the floor and I bounce up. Right? Like it's almost like I hit the floor and I come right at you immediately. Caitlin said something to Angel on the ground. And that's part of the other angle I don't think T-Mail got to see. When the push happens, Caitlin's looking at Angel saying something. I don't know what she's saying. But that is what sparks the reaction to me, juxtaposed with the foul.
I don't think it was that. I don't want to say I don't think it was just that. I think that
it wasn't just that.
Well,
but to me,
I
that
it was
gives more of the reaction than the foul itself.
Yeah.
But then again, Angel took her joyous sweet time shooting the layup. It wasn't like she did it with any kind of rush because her head, I'm by myself, I got 2 points.
Yeah.
And then Caitlin hacks her, gives her a word about it. She might have said something simple like ain't no easy layups or something very back. I'm not saying Caitlin said anything out of bounds. What I'm saying is it wasn't just the hack and the walk away. It was a hack, words were said, and then the walk away. And there's nothing worse to an angry person than when you're walking away calmly. That pisses you off even more. But of course, it buds over. Now it's a bunch of racial discourse on social media.
I think she realized who did it.
I agree.
Kind of hard to, yeah. They don't. I mean, it's clear that they don't like each other.
No,
well, yeah. I'm not even gonna say that. She really don't like Caitlin, which
I think Caitlin likes Angel.
Yeah, but I think Caitlin's is more indifference. I think.
Nah.
Caitlin don't like this. This is why I say it's indifferent because I think that Angel really. I mean, like, nothing really came from fucking. Like, whenever Caitlin Clark has involuntarily become the catalyst to pretty much all the negative shit about Angel Reese's professional career. So I think it's definitely, even if they both don't like each other, it's definitely a lot more on one side than the other.
Well, yeah. You know I can agree with that. Especially when they first came in and Caitlin Clark was getting more like, oh, she's going to be.
Whenever they was in college and Angel was doing this
and did the ring finger, yeah.
Okay, that was.
It became racial discourse overnight
because
using Caitlin as a catalyst.
Came to go to Caitlin's defense as an excuse to be racist to Angel, and then so it's kind of like I'm sure Angel's probably like, if this bitch didn't exist, I'd have a little bit calmer time.
Not even that. If she stood up and said anything.
I don't agree with that, and I'm gonna get to that whenever which way you go. But I don't agree with that shit either. But go ahead, Tree. Go ahead, finish.
I think it's good that they don't like each other. We need more stuff like it because you get good stuff like this, and it's good to talk about. It makes things more competitive because, like, who wants to lose to somebody they don't like, right? I seen the play. from the two angles I saw the TV copy and I seen the baseline copy. I mean, I'm not a big fan of flagrant fouls as is anyway, unless it's just like super intentional.
This is Draymond. Let's call it. This is Draymond. This is a Draymond flagrant. It's not really a flagrant.
Or Jeff T.
or Jeff T. Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah.
But I mean, from the views I've seen, I don't think it was flagrant. I mean, it's clear that her right arm is going for the ball. Nice, good, hard foul. Like, no easy points. Now, however, that left hand is unbeknownst, unseen to the views I've seen. So, did she push her? Maybe. But, I mean, Angel Reese is my height. You shouldn't be getting pushed around like that by a girl that's what 5'6", $120.
Now Kaylin's there for like almost 6 feet.
Yeah, she's 6 feet. How niggas that say that they 6 feet are 6 feet, but not be 6 feet. All right. This is my take on it. First things first. Fuck Dave Portnoy. Fuck Indiana. And fuck Barstool. It's a staff record label. It's a motherfucking crew, except for the John Gruden show. I like.
The John Gruden show was great. Yeah, she's like 6 feet.
I like John Gruden, but everybody else in Barstool, everybody else that worked with Dave Portnoy, everybody else that supports him, Shannon Sharp, looking at you too, buddy. You was kicking it with that nigga Dave. No, bro, Dave Portnoy racist as fuck. He was on the sideline. Him and a bunch of other Indiana people. You can catch it. You can hear it on the broadcast. They was making monkey noises. Every time one of the black players caught the ball for the fucking thing, he pushing that shit up. No, bro.
It's like the WNBA is investigating now, and the Indiana.
That nigga needs to be banned from all fucking sporting events, bro. He's a fucking cancer. So getting that out the way first, right? To the basketball point of it, I think the refs got it exactly right. I'm not too big of a fan of the technicals. They could just wash their hands with that, but I saw the push.
Boston.
I saw the push. It was a flagrant one. Shoot the free throws, move on. I think a lot of people, and this is why I like the WNBA, they need to overcome this if they actually want to grow the game. Fans need to stop looking at them as just women and look at them as professional athletes, bro. Because anytime something super physical or tough or aggressive happens, they judge it as two women getting into it rather than two athletes. Like, they both tough. They both can handle it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think everybody needs to come to a super defense. And I know there is a racial component of it. And I do think that, like, that's no place of it. Come to the defense of the racism. But it's kind of like, you said something about Caitlin Clark should have spoke out and said something. Bro, no, she don't. Because guess what? Those people were racist if Caitlin Clark existed or not. It's just a fact. Are they using her as an excuse? Yes. Those people were racist regardless, bro. They was just going, you know what they was gonna do? They was gonna get behind Paige or whatever popular white player was rocking at the time. Whenever the sport.
I remember Paige had to fight it off in college. Like she was open about it.
Whenever the sport blew up, they might not have done behind Paige because Paige got a black stepfather or stepmom. I forgot.
And one of her parents. Some harvest up pregame.
But you know what I'm saying? It's not on her to make people not racist. Them people is racist.
And it's sort of, and not to compare it to them, but it is the easiest comparison. Larry Bird wasn't racist openly, at least. Like, nobody accused Larry of being racist. But, that section of America utilized him.
I ain't hear nothing about Larry Bird speaking out about it. They just play ball.
But I'm saying, I'm like, that sect of the country used him as their excuse to say racist. What they wanted to say. Yeah,
they were gonna be racist regardless, so they're just using it as an excuse. I don't think it's on her to fight against it. I don't think that we need to have whole angels with kid gloves every time something happened to her. Do I think as black people we should stand up with her whenever it's the racist shit that goes on? Yes, but whenever it's just like basketball shit, like you saw how everybody was just like, bro, it's a free throw. Angel Reese like 6'3". I don't know weight, but she got some meat on her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she
no, shoot your free throw.
Yeah, bro. Like, she cool. Like, she's tough. She's a big. She's a big.
You got,
I'm sure
you
she's
got
been hit.
hacked.
She's been
You
hit
was mad about
it.
This is not the first time she's been hit hard, bro.
Exactly.
Bro, they used to drop her off at LSU with a regular.
And she flopped. She flopped. Let's be for real. She flopped.
And
she
that's what I kind of was saying. And that's what I kind of was saying. I don't think it was the foul. I think whatever the words were said immediately after the foul.
Now to that
is what sent her off.
Not to that. I think it's just been boiling over because
that's what I'm saying. That's
she
what I'm
getting
saying.
Slurs and probably hate and death threats and stuff, especially in that building, because they talked about it whenever Caitlin Clark got there in Indiana. They've been wilding out in that building. So
they've been going crazy.
She was probably just frustrated, and it's that's why I don't care about her reaction.
That's why I said I think she just when she got up, when she turned around, she seen who it was and was like, "Oh nah, not that motherfucker." You know.
But I'm saying yes, but I'm saying the words, whatever was said, and it could have been something simple like you said, "Ain't no easy layups," or something super basketball simple. Yeah. But if I've been hearing monkey noises, I know what building I'm in. I know I'm hated here. Forget this life.
And then y'all losing by like 40. And don't forget
at the time, they were down 13. They were down 13 at the time. At the time, they were down 13.
But you could tell who was in control of the game.
Of course, Indiana had that game from start to finish.
Yeah. So,
but we're losing. I'm frustrated. I'm off tonight, hearing monkey noises. There's people who are openly racist against me, like in the front row in full Caitlin Clark drip.
Yeah. It was probably just a lot coming in one time.
Yeah, you know I get hacked. And then the one thing I don't need is you to say something after you hack me. And you breathe too loud. And that was it. Like, that's like, so.
Gotta get some tough.
I don't think, and I blame the media.
I don't know, that's a lot.
I blame the media for making it a Larry Bird thing, a Larry Bird, Magic Johnson thing. Because
they're not on the same level.
They're not on the same level. And so it's gotten people really, it is justifying bad people and their hatred of injuries because they can validly say that, oh, she's just not as good of a player. She's just not as good of a player, which she isn't. She isn't. But then it's also like, but then they use that to justify their racism. And people that support Angel Reese who are more so against the racism, but they gotta come with all these bullshit basketball of how she's so much better than what she is, and Angel should have did this, and the Chicago.
Caitlin Clark has a legitimate argument at top 5 player in the WNBA.
Yes.
Angel Reese has a legitimate argument at the top 25 player in the WNBA. That's not bad. They're just not on the same level.
It's just not on the same level. And
that's okay. And that's okay. But when you have at a lightning rod of open
racial component,
racial aspect, now both sides are overdoing it to almost get it away from racism. Yeah, compensate for what you're going through.
And
so Angel's a sympathetic figure. Like, Angel had a good night. She had 12 and 17. That's a hell of a night.
Yeah, she was like 5 or 15 though.
I was gonna ignore that part, right? I was gonna ignore that part. But
you can't ignore that, man.
She had a hell of a night. She
niggas with her Braun because Braun had shouted out Caitlin because Caitlin went she was like 26, 10 and 10 and 5 blocks.
She goes for a triple double. She goes for triple double. She has the third most triple doubles in WNBA history already, which is kind of a wild stat. And Braun was like, trip dub CC, and niggas was like, oh yeah, you hate black women. Like, what are we doing?
Now enough is enough. We're not going LeBron on that. Enough is enough.
He still see that K in the sky. He ain't slick. He still see that K in the sky. He trying to avoid them black HBs. He ain't slick.
Y'all can't see in the camera. Rich Paul right here. But no, bro.
What are we doing, bro?
And I think it's disrespectful to Angel the athlete, to be honest with you. I get going against the racial thing. Talk about the crowd. Talk about what happened against Dave Portnoy. Don't fight her player battles for her. Don't do that online.
Let her earn it on the court, bro.
I think that's disrespectful to her as an athlete because she's talented enough to handle it on the court. Yeah. And so, just let her do it like that. And stop looking for Caitlin to be an activist because the motherfuckers is gonna be racist regardless. And don't get me wrong, don't be a super Caitlin sympathizer. RG3, Robert Griffin III,
wilding.
You fucking coon. Yeah, I'm going on.
Bro,
I don't care. We got less than 100 subscribers. I'm gonna say whatever I want.
They're the only racist people on earth, bro. Go to a Utah Jazz game, bro, and hear what they be saying in the crowd, bro. Like,
nah, so Indiana got them beat, dog.
Yes,
but my point is, like, even still, bro, NBA players talk about it all the time. Like, yes, bro, we hear crazy stuff.
Talk about it in Boston to this day. And Boston is like the second largest market in the NBA.
I was about to say Boston don't like their own black players. That's a different level right there.
Yeah, like they can handle it, and if it gets out of hand, we'll get to it. But I think that we got to stop looking at these women as helpless women, and it's like, bro, they professional athletes. You want to grow the game? Let them.
I wouldn't want any athlete to go through that shit though. It's like in baseball.
We don't want
there's
nobody.
There's multiple baseball players in the Major League Baseball who have I'm not going to Boston in their contracts.
Yeah,
like
but I'm talking about like the on the court stuff. Don't let the on the court stuff bleed over into it. You know, that shouldn't be a discussion. Let whatever the ref call, live with the result. Oh, that's a foul.
Was a good call.
This and that.
It was a good call.
It wasn't even dirty. I understand if like Caitlyn had like pulled the fucking hair and like, all right.
Or two-arm push in the back.
Or two hands shoved her.
The ball.
No, she swiped the ball.
She swiped for one, the other one gave a little shove.
That girl been playing that little elbow and bump game since college. That's what small players do. That small little scrappy player do. That's what John Stockton
especially against bigs.
That's how Chris Paul play. Like the little small point guard types.
Shoulder.
Yeah, they give you a little something extra to like let you know that they're here. Like,
because I'm little, so I can't go. I can't strengthen you. Like,
nobody's about to actually go out there and fight, dog. Like, relax, leave it alone. But Dave Portnoy again, fuck you.
This is James Johnson.
This is James Johnson. James Johnson's gonna actually fight successfully, well. He's gonna do it talentedly.
Shit, the Sky.
I heard what Udonis Haslam said about him. He said, "Man, them folks said meet me in the locker room." They got to the locker room. He was like, "Yeah, but I'm not breaking this up."
And listen, Chicago Sky, if you really want to send a goon out there for Caitlyn, go throw Draymond Green somebody they haven't put on the wig. He'll go out there. He'll Caitlyn up.
Or just tell your players to be better.
Do it fast and just knock her ass out. Oh, that nigga really sat up in front of a podium during the playoffs and said, I've always been clumsy. What the fuck? All right, Freddie Jack, you got anything else to
honestly, no. Football's pretty boring at the moment.
They voted on the thing.
Hockey's interesting.
They voted on the tush push this week.
Yes, tush push and the playoff reseeding is on the ballot this week.
I'm here for the playoff reseeding, not here for the push.
Yeah, tush push, stop it.
Oh my God! Speaking of football, have y'all seen the Giants record? I mean, not record, but schedule.
No.
Oh my God, bro! They might win 3 games again.
Yeah,
honestly, I don't care what their schedule looked like. That was always on the table.
Yeah, that was gonna happen probably regardless. But anyway,
anybody.
Yeah, they could have played like us a couple times. But anyway,
hey, don't disrespect me like that.
I'm sorry, Mr. 5 touchdowns, my fault. Anyway, so that is all we have for today. A lot of basketball today. Pretty basketball heavy podcast. We'll probably get into the NFL more next week. As the schedules have dropped, we'll probably do a team record pick show at some point. And I usually do the grid. Whenever the grid drops, I pick every game through the regular season at some point. So I'll do that in the next couple of weeks, and we'll discuss that on the show as well. A little behind the scenes action there. But that is all we have for today. I am your owner and host, of course, Justin Jackson. You have Jai, our fearless producer. We have T-Mail,
Rakia Jackson superfan.
Rakia Jackson superfan, Jai. And we have T-Mail N5 himself, the resident Atlanta sports kind of genius, sometimes, sort of. But
I've never been wrong.
You guys, we've been wrong a lot. But yeah, you have. But if you guys have that's like my outro. But if you guys have nothing else, this is your owner, host Justin Jackson, signing out.
Peace.
Just in time sports. Life is good. Look, This is just a town sports. Come and get your weekly takes. His opinion from the heart. He can never show you fake. If you winning or you losing, he gon' tell it to you straight. How we talking basketball without a Jordan Brown debate? If you got the hottest takes, you better come and make your case. If you win a couple games, he might even show you grace. JTS on every platform. We growing adaptation. Numbers going off the charts. We create the separation.